Now, look, the Democrats keep playing this audio of Donald Trump. Here it is.
Well, they're the weird ones, and if you've ever seen her with the laugh and everything else, that's a weird deal going on there. They're the weird ones. Nobody's ever called me weird. I'm a lot of things, but weird I'm not, and I'm up front, and he's not either, I will tell you. J.D. is not at all. They are.
Brad, the term weird, it's become a clash of the two parties referring to one another as weird. Why?
I don't know. Look, so it all started with Democrats deciding to label J.D. Vance and Donald Trump and other Republicans weird. And now, of course, you have Trump and many Republicans going, nuh-uh, you guys are the weird ones. And I'm like, when did our politics become kindergarten? That's literally what we've descended to here in the U.S. It's like name-calling, juvenile insults. And it doesn't even make sense because, one, let's be honest, there's a lot of weird people in politics. You have to be kind of weird to wake up and decide that this is what you want to do every day, is cover and bury your head into some of the most toxic and nonsensical stuff in the world. But you know what? I'm proudly weird in that sense. And that's the other thing, too. It's like weird isn't inherently bad. So there's some ways of being weird that are bad, but there's other ways that are just, quirky or interesting or even good. So to me, this whole thing where we have the most powerful people in America going back and forth like children, calling each other weird and saying, "No, you're the weird one. No, to me, it's just kind of laughable, but it's in another sense kind of a microism of where we're at in American politics and just how far into the gutter we have descended."
Oh, my goodness. It's so sad to see. But you're right. It's like schoolyard commentary. Weird. Very, very strange. But look, speaking of weird, a Kamala Harris Political Action Committee is soliciting anti-Trump posts from OnlyFans stars, Brad. Now, that's weird. What's going on here?
Yeah, so we had a PAC for the Kamala Harris campaign, or supporting Kamala Harris, actually is reaching out to TikTok creators and offering them large sums of money, as much as $1,500. This was just exposed by the New York Post, for them to create videos supporting Kamala and opposing Trump. This, might sound odd, but is unfortunately kind of par for the course. But what's hilarious is these PR people didn't do their research. So they reached out to Michael Dougherty, who's actually a MAGA, Trump-supporting, gay OnlyFans star. And he said, quite hilariously, that I might do OnlyFans, but that doesn't mean I'll whore myself out and my values to Kamala. So it's good to know he has some standards. I think it's sad. It's really, it reeks of desperation, but that when you're bribing people to say nice things about you on the internet and just mass sending this out to anyone with a TikTok following, it does reek a little bit of desperation. But in another sense, Danica, I have to tell you, it is working. TikTok is just full of people just absolutely loving Kamala Harris, and she's become something of a cultural phenomenon, an icon among young people on this app, when they were totally disillusioned with Joe Biden. They'd lost any interest in really supporting him or going to the polls. So whether Kamala will be able to turn this kind of TikTok Gen Z momentum into electoral results largely depends on one thing: whether these kids actually show up and vote. And to be honest with you, history suggests that despite all the memes, no matter how many videos big creators make, most of them won't actually vote. So it might all be for nothing, but it is a hilarious and honestly embarrassing and bizarre story that Kamala Harris's supporters are literally at the point where they're bribing porn stars to say nice things about them. You couldn't make this stuff up if you were trying to write a pilot.